हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम बैक टू द मंडे मोटिवेशन सीरीज। आज हम जिन लॉयर के बारे में बात करने जा रहे हैं, ही इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट फेमस एंड द मोस्ट हाईएस्ट पेड लॉयर्स ऑफ द कंट्री व्हेन इट कम्स टू क्रिमिनल लॉ। आई एम श्योर ऑल ऑफ यू मस्ट हैव heard his name somewhere. He is none other than Mr. Ram Jethmalani. Mr. Ram Bulchand Malani was born on 14th September 1923. He started his legal career even before the partition that led to the creation of modern India happened. Ram Jethmalani's intellect qualified him to be a lawyer even before he turned 18. He got double promotion in his school and he completed his matriculation at the very young age of just 13, and he acquired his LLB degree at the age of 17. But when he acquired his LLB degree, it was revealed to him that at that time, to become a lawyer, you had to be at least 21 years old. But a special dispensation was made for Mr. Ram Jethmalani so that he could practice law at the age of 18. In a very interesting interview, Mr. Ram Jethmalani revealed that when he enrolled into a law school and it was revealed to him that he cannot practice law before he turns 21, as a teenager and as a law student, he went to the court himself and he argued his own case in front of a judge and convinced him to make a special exception for him so that he could practice law when he turned 18. Mr. Ram Jethmalani's law career is filled with high-profile cases and encounters with very powerful and influential people. He constantly demonstrated his mettle in the courtroom with his very innovative style of cross-examination, which is studied by lawyers all throughout the world. As a young lawyer, he started off by defending his own community, the Sindhi community, when he migrated from Pakistan to India because riots broke in Pakistan. The first case that brought Jethmalani into the spotlight was the KM Nanavati case. I'm sure all of you must have heard the KM Nanavati case, where Mr. Nanavati shot his wife's lover, Prem Ahuja, at point blank in cold blood. In that case, he appeared next to Mr. Y.V. Chandrachud, who later on became the Chief Justice of India. This case brought Mr. Ram Jethmalani into limelight, and he was often seen as a crusader of lost causes, and he would always defend people who were considered indefendable. Yet, with his legal acumen and with his skill, he would succeed in almost all of his cases. Some of his very notable cases include him defending the assassins of Indira Gandhi, him defending the Don Haji Mastan in smuggling cases, or Harshad Mehta in his stock market scams, or L.K. Advani in the Hawala scam. He also defended the assassins of Rajiv Gandhi assassination. He also defended Manu Sharma, who was the accused in the Jessica Lal murder case, where Manu Sharma, the son of a minister, shot the bartender Jessica Lal at point blank when she refused to serve him a drink. He also defended Asaram Bapu when he was accused with sexually assaulting a minor. Mr. Ram Jethmalani was always questioned and criticized for his choices of defending all these people. But he never let this criticism get to him, and he held his values really close to his heart. And he said that a lawyer who refuses to defend a person just because the society believes that person to be guilty is himself guilty of professional misconduct. And every person deserves a defense, and that is a basic principle of law. And this statement made by him is considered as a sort of a Hippocratic oath when it comes to lawyers in India. He was one of the highest paid criminal lawyers in India. He would charge a whopping amount of 25 lakh rupees per appearance. But when he was questioned about his whopping fees, he would always reiterate the fact that he only takes this fees from only 10% of his clientele. He only takes this fees only from the 10% of the people that come to his chamber, and the 90% of the cases he does pro bono, because he believes that people who come to his chamber with pockets filled with smuggled money, it is his duty to relieve them of that burden. He was very witty and outspoken. He would never shy away from speaking his mind. And hence, when national emergency took place in the Indira Gandhi government, Mr. Ramjait Malani had to take asylum in USA because he very openly and repeatedly criticized the Indira Gandhi government, and there was an warrant against him. So he was one of the very first people who got asylum in USA because of the national emergency. In his book, he describes himself as a maverick who's unchanged and unrepentant. Mr. Ramjait Malani is not just a person, he is a phenomena, he is a movement. He has really changed the legacy of law. He has really changed the education in the field of criminal law. And he has left behind a legacy that will be referred to by young lawyers for motivation and inspiration for years to come. And I am sure when you read about his journey, when you read about his cases and how he was in the courtroom, you would also realize what a force of nature he was. What I find the most inspiring about Mr. Ramjait Malani is how he never shied away from speaking his mind. And I hope that when all of us go to the field of law, or whenever we are in a field where we have the opportunity to speak, we will never shy away from speaking our mind, and we will always hold our values above everything else, just like Mr. Ramjait Malani. So if you like this lecture, please follow us on our social media handles, or you can contact us on the one stop contact for any queries that you have. Thank you very much.